Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. Welcome if you're new. My name is Mercedes. In today's video, I have polishes for Hella Handmade creations for the month of July to share with you all.
Show you a place where you gon' wanna move your feet.
If you haven't heard of what Hella Handmade Creations is, it's a monthly collab between indie makers. They get together every month and they create limited edition items. Most of us know it for the nail polish, but there's also hand care, cuticle care, there's earrings, accessories, a whole bunch of goodies that are handmade. Now, some of these items are capped, meaning that there's only a certain amount that are created, and once they sell out, that is it. You can't get your hands on them anymore. Sometimes makers will add additional additional items, quantity to the polish or whatever that they're selling. Doesn't always happen, but if you keep track of their socials like Facebook groups or Instagram, you may be able to see if they're able to add more product if something sells out. Now, similar to Polish Pickup, Hella Handmade functions on a theme, but instead of one large common theme, the makers get the opportunity to choose their own theme, and it runs for a good amount of time, maybe up to like 6 months, maybe even longer than that. It is a pre-order, so once shop closes, then you'll get your order between like 3 to 4 weeks from that time. It always opens the 14th of every month and closes the 21st. All right, let's get into the swatches. We are starting off with BCB Lacquers, and this is Let's Do This One More Time, priced at $13.75 and capped at 300 bottles. They are beginning a new series inspired by the Spider-Verse, and the first polish is inspired by Miles Morales. It is a bright red with orange undertones. It's a jelly polish, but it has strong green, blue, purple shimmer. It had amazing coverage in just 2 coats. It's such an interesting jelly formulation. Like, you can see the bounciness and the squishiness, but we have so much shimmer in there. It almost gives off like a very creamy sort of look. I don't know, it's really interesting. I love the shimmers running all throughout the nail. We can see green and blue and purple at all the different angles. And then that really fiery base is gorgeous. It's going to be beautiful for summertime and even honestly into the fall as well. I'm a big fan of red polishes that have like orange undertones in them. I just think they look so good. And then you pair it, in this one, you pair it with all of that strong shimmer. It just makes it pop even more. Pictured are 2 coats of BCB Lacquers. Let's do this one more time with a glossy top coat. BCB is also bringing us a cuticle oil. This is radioactive, priced at $8.50 and capped at 100. This one's inspired again by Miles Morales. The scent, we have tart cherry, lemon citrus, sparkling lemonade, sugar crystals, fresh picked strawberry. It smells so good. It's like this sugary, sweet smell, but not like a fake sugary smell. It just reminds me of like my childhood and like certain candy that I used to eat. It smells good. It's refreshing. It's not like super sticky smelling, if that makes sense, but amazing ingredients: jojoba oil, coconut oil, almond, avocado oil. I like overloaded my hand, but you can see how quickly it's absorbing. It comes in like a twist pen, and then you just click and the product just distributes right out of the little brush. Cracked Polish is bringing us Romance is Dead, priced at $13, and there's a cap of 350 bottles. They are continuing their Down the Indie Rabbit Hole series, and this one's inspired by Not Needing a Prince. It is a deep maroon with pearlescent white and green shimmers. So you can see on that first coat, we get a decent amount of pigment on the nail. And then on the second coat, we start deepening up that base. We can already see that pearlescent white shimmer peeking on through, just looking dead on. Now I decided to do a third coat. I just felt like it needed that just to, round out the polish, really give it the nice depth that we're seeing in the bottle, and it was just perfect. I love that pearlescent white shimmer running throughout the nail. It is so beautiful paired with this deep maroon base. And then as for the green shimmers, we can see them just a tiny bit. I think they just add some like depth to the polish, but we are mostly focusing on that pearlescent white, and then mixed or paired with our maroon base. It is just such a vampy, pretty shade. This will make for a beautiful fall time manicure. Pictured are 3 coats of cracked polish. Romance is Dead with a glossy top coat. Night Owl Lacquer is bringing us I'll Pay Attention to Myself, priced at $12.40, and there's no cap. They're continuing their Bob's Burgers series, and this one's inspired by Tina. It is a light, bright blue crelly filled with metallic, bright blue flakies. This was definitely a fun one. So you saw the first coat, we had a nice sheer wash of color on the nail. I did do 3 coats for this one just because it's in a like crelly, clear sort of base. Or I guess it's a light blue base, but you know, it's very sheer. 3 coats and it was beautiful. Now I'm not going to say you're going to get full opacity. Longer nails, you could potentially see some nail line, but there's so many like bright blue flakies in here that might just do a great job at covering up any nail line that you have. But nonetheless, I thought it was a beautiful shade. I was surprised. I didn't think I was going to love it, but I mean, it's blue. I usually love blue polishes. So when I did the 3rd coat and I put, you know, my glossy top coat over it, I was pleasantly surprised with the look. And I want to say it's probably those metallic flakies just because they are so reflective and they bounce the light off and just makes it look so like sparkly. Not, you know what I mean? Like just, it's like mirror-like, so it bounces the light off. So it gives you that really like light from up top look, not from within, from up top. I don't know, I'm just talking nonsense now, but it's such a pretty shade and I can definitely see myself wearing this in the summer months. Pictured are 3 coats of Night Owl Lacquer. I'll Pay Attention to Myself with a glossy top coat. Polish is bringing us Stardew Valley Fair, priced at $14 with no cap. They are continuing their Stardew Valley series, and this one's inspired by the Stardew Valley Fair event. It has an aqua base with holographic flakes and bright pink, red, green shifting shimmer. So first coat, we get like this really like light blue green, and like I want to say it has like a tinge of gray in there. Like we can definitely see the blue, but it's such a smoked out like aqua blue base. What we are really seeing are the lovely shifts. So we see the pink, we see the red, and some of that green at all different angles, and then it's loaded with the holographic flakies. So really the star of the show is definitely the components that are added into this polish. And because it's like that in-between shade, if you're a seasonal polish wearer, I think this can be worn at any time during the year, just because there's just so many different colors in here that you can, you know, pair with whatever season you're in. Pictured are 3 coats of polished Stardew Valley Fair with a glossy top coat. Next up is Penelope Loose, and this is Clematis, priced at $13.50 and capped at $200. Now, you can get this on its own, or you're going to be able to get it as a duo with the polish I'm going to show you after this one. But this on its own is capped at $200. They are continuing their Flower Symphony series, and this one's described as a purple-pink sparkle pigment with a blurple base. So beautiful, deep, rich, like purpley, bright purple base, and then the shimmer is just to die for. It's super sparkly. It is jam-packed in there. Actually, it says sparkle pigment, but would we consider that shimmer? I think so. Or maybe it's just larger particle shimmer. Whatever the case, the sparkle is super in your face. Like you can just see it at every single centimeter of an angle that you move your hand in. And the shifts are beautiful. You can see pink, you can see some blue in there. I think on its own, it's stunning. So this is 2 coats of Clematis, and now we're gonna move on to the topper from the duo. So again, you can purchase this on its own or together. So this is called Crispy. It's priced at $13 and capped at $200, and it's described as a green-blue aurora pigment with micro silver holographic glitters. So I topped it over our first polish, and it just amplified it even more. I think paired together, they look stunning. Would I wear them on their own? I mean, personally for me, no, I'd wear them together, but you can very well wear each on its own. I'm going to show you Crispy topped over a black swatch stick in a second, but it just adds even more beautiful shifts and even more sparkle, and I'm in love with that. And I love Penelope Loose's toppers. They just blend in so well to whatever base you're wearing, and it just looks like it belongs with the base polish that you're wearing. It doesn't even look like you topped it. It's so beautiful. Now I'm going to show you Penelope Loose Crispy topped over the black swatch stick, and you're going to be mind blown because the pigment is insane, guys. Like, look at this. Whoosh, beautiful. We see way more of the blue Aurora pigment than we did when it was topped over the base polish. Beautiful. We can definitely see the blue, but the green definitely makes more of a statement because it's not mixing with any sort of other colors. And the silver hollow glitters are stunning. So wearing this on its own would be even more insanely beautiful, but I think pairing it with darker bases is really going to amplify its components even more. Next up is Rogue Lacquer, and this is Feel the Power, priced at $13 with no cap. They are continuing their Emperor's New Groove series, and this polish is inspired by Kronk and Isma in her layer getting the poison ready. It is a blue glass flaky polish with magenta metallic shreds and black flakies. Now, this one is true to Rogue Lacquer roots, flaky bomb at its finest. So I did do 3 coats. On that third coat, I was sort of like shimmying my brush around just because there's so many flakies in here, and if you aren't strategic with how you are polishing on that like final coat, the flakies just sort of like to stick together and be friends in one area, but we want them all over the place. They need to play fair. But yeah, so 3 coats. You're not going to get full opacity. This is a flaky bomb, but there's so many flakies in here that it is going to do a great job at covering your nail line. We see all the beautiful colors. Blue, I see a little bit of yellow in there, some like magenta, pink, aqua. Such a super fun polish, and it definitely has topper capabilities or capabilities to, you know, maybe be creative and pair it with something else or do some fun, funky nail art or something like that. But on its own, I think it's lovely. I would personally just wear it on its own. I love the look that the flaky bomb gives. Pictured at 3 coats of Rogue Lacquer, Feel the Power with a glossy top coat. Sassy Sauce Polish is bringing us Hanky Pinky, priced at $13.50 and capped at $300. They're continuing their shoes-inspired series. This one's inspired by a photo of sparkly pink kicks. It's a baby pink base with a red-orange shimmer and various sparkling reflective glitters. So very dainty and light, but it punches a pack when it comes to how sparkly it is. I did do 3 coats on this one to get full opacity, so I think 3 coats on everybody is going to work perfectly. It is such a pretty shade of baby pink. It's not just like your typical baby pink. There's definitely dimension in here because of that shimmer and because of all the glorious sparkles that we see in here. Definitely a polish if you're a seasonal polish wearer to wear any year or any time of the year. I mean, so pretty. I think this would make for a fantastic pedicure color too. Pictured are 3 coats of Sassy Sauce Polish, Hanky Pinky with a glossy top coat. Victorian Varnish is bringing us Twinkle Aura, priced at $13.50 and capped at 160 bottles. They're continuing their Steampunk Unicorn series. This one's inspired by all the beautiful shimmers of a summer sunset. It's a deeper purple neon base with red, orange, golden, large particle Aurora shimmer and flakies in a prismatic rainbow. I love how this is like a crelly formulation because it really gives the opportunity for the components to shine within each layer of polish. I decided to do 3 coats for this polish, and it worked out perfectly to get the most opacity. And you can still sort of see like the squishy bounciness to the polish. My favorite component in this polish has to be those prismatic rainbow flakies. You can literally see every single color on your nail. And as for the large particle shimmer in here, I see a lot of the red and the orange, but the focus on the nails, I think, in my opinion, is definitely those beautiful flakies. Pictured are 3 coats of Victorian Varnish Twinkle Aura with a glossy top coat. Victorian Varnish is bringing us a duo of their acetone additive, priced at $8.50 and capped at $24. So you get both of them together. So we have 2 scents this month, Steamy Sunshine and then Rain Showers. I haven't opened these ones yet because I've actually been using my previous ones from HHC. What I typically do is use my big a bottle of pure acetone, which is usually like probably 10 to 12 ounces, so it's like just enough. And I'll take the additive and I'll just dump like the whole thing in there, swirl it around. That way when I'm doing cleanup, especially for swatching, and I use it for like regular manis too, that it doesn't dry out my cuticles and my nail beds or anything like that. And the smells are always so good. These ones specifically, Steamy Sunshine, and this one has a lot of like fresh florally, like rainforest fruity scents, and then Rain Showers has like a zesty citrus sort of scent. So I've enjoyed them thoroughly so far, and I know these ones are next in the lineup when I go through my bottle of acetone, which honestly is pretty quickly, more quickly than you think, just because all of the swatching that I do. But it's an amazing product. And Victorian Varnish is bringing us their Lavish Hand and Cuticle Cream in Rain Showers, priced at $8.50 and capped at $50. This is another amazing product. I can like confidently say all of the like hands and nail care items from Victorian Varnish are amazing. I absolutely love them. I've gifted them to friends and coworkers, especially this cream. Like, I gift them to so many people because it's such a great product and it does what it says it's going to do. I use this like multiple times a day at work after washing hands and sanitizing. The ingredients are so good. You have jojoba oil, avocado butter, hemp seed oil, just so many great things. And then the scent specifically for this one is that like zesty citrus scent, but it also has like warm amber and sweet vanilla, so another amazing scent. I love this hand cream, and I'm totally taking one to the Polish and Beauty Expo. It's 2 ounces, so I can just throw it in my handbag. I don't have to check it in. Love this stuff. If you haven't tried it, once you find a scent that you think you're gonna love, I'd pick it up just to give it a shot. I think it's worth it. And Zombie Claw is bringing us Ghoul Crush, priced at $13.75 and capped at $100. They are starting a new series inspired by zombies. So this one's taking inspiration from a romantic twist on zombies. It has a moody purple base with pink gold shimmer. So super sparkly, super pretty. I think this is a summer or a fall polish. Definitely like crelly in formulation, but it's very buildable. Now, I feel like longer nails, you might see a tad bit of nail line in here, but shorter nails, you're going to be fine with the 3 coats. I love the shimmer in this polish. That pink gold shimmer is so jam-packed and so intense. It gives you this really like glassy look on the nail. And then that purple base is so interesting. Like, we get so many different shifts and it looks just different on every angle. I love everything about this polish, and I can see myself wearing it in the near future again. Pictured are 3 coats of Zombie Claw Ghoul Crush with a glossy top coat. All right, 4 favorites. I really enjoyed BCB Lacquers. Let's do this one more time. You know I love a good red that has a little bit of orange in there. Super pretty. It's gonna be amazing for summertime and even taking it into the fall, like around Halloween. Cracked Polish, Romance is Dead. I really loved that like silvery, really like metallic-y sort of glow that the polish had against the vampy base. I think it's going to be glorious for our colder months or when I just want something more darker and vampy. Beautiful. And then Night Owl Lacquer, I'll pay attention to myself, which caught me by surprise, but not really, because I love blue polishes. I just didn't think I was going to like it looking at the bottle, but totally fell in love with it. It has these beautiful flakies that just catch the light at certain angles. It is stunning. All right, everybody, that is all that I have for you today. Let me know what you are planning on picking up. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in my next one.